Well, public schools in St. Tammany, also in Tangipahoa, because, as Bob showed us, the neat area in our viewing area, one of those places that will get it first, also Kentwood in Tangipahoa Parish. So they will have school closed tomorrow, along with Washington Parish. And then the Bogalusa City School System, which is separate, is also shut down tomorrow. For a complete list of the school closures, head to our website, fox8live.com.
The winter storm threat is forcing some changes in the parade lineup on the South Shore. The Knights of Babylon has been postponed until Sunday. That parade will roll before the Crew of Okeanos parade at 10:15 Sunday morning. The Knights of Chaos will cancel the parade for this entire year. The Crew of Muses will roll tomorrow night following Coup d'etat, and Morpheus, also on the Uptown route. Remember, our website, fox8live.com, is a great source to get breaking news updates on parade changes. Causeway police pay close attention to the forecast whenever there's even the slightest possibility of snow or ice.
Shelley Brown continues our weather team coverage now live from Mandeville.
John and Nancy, so far so good for people who use the Causeway on a daily basis. We are on the North Shore side of the bridge right now. If you take a look behind me, you can see the traffic. Not a whole lot right now, but it is flowing in both directions. No restrictions at the moment on the Causeway. However, we did see coming across the bridge from the South Shore a couple of flashing signs basically warning drivers that the roadway is wet and urging them to reduce their speed. They're asking folks to just drive a little bit slower just in case. I talked to the general manager of the Causeway, Carlton Dufour, tonight. He says that unless the weather changes dramatically, he does not expect to have any major issues on the Causeway, but they are going to have crews on standby in the event ice does, in fact, become a problem here. We'll have more on that coming up later on Fox 8 News at 10 o'clock. Now, one concern that could become an issue is downed power lines. You might remember back in December of 2008, remember that snow? Well, CLECO, which services about 83,000 customers, both in St. Tammany and Washington parishes, they had about 18,000 people without power after somewhere between 3 and 4 inches of accumulation. They are preparing for outages again in this winter snow event. 100 CLECO employees are on standby, we're told, as well as outside contractors in the event more help is needed.
If we get around 1 inch, we won't have a whole lot of damage. The damage for us is when the snow accumulates. If we get several inches of snow, it builds up on the tree limbs, and that's what causes the problems. With those snapping, saturation, the area is very wet. When those fall into our overhead lines, it creates lots of problems for us. Hopefully you have just down wire, not actually broken poles.
Safety can become a major issue here, and CLECO says they want to remind everyone safety always comes first. If you see a down power line, make sure you report it immediately. If you experience a power outage, report that. There is a 1-800, a toll-free number that CLECO has that you can call. It's 800-622-6537. If you still need to jot that down, 622-6537. We'll also have that number uploaded on our website, fox8live.com. John and Nancy, back to you.
All right, thanks, Shelley Brown, live tonight on the North Shore. And as we wrap up this portion of our coverage on the weather, one thing to keep in mind is, Shelley showed those pictures from December 11th, 2008. And there was a nice packable snow, great for making snowmen. And, I drove from Folsom to Hammond in 3 or 4 inches of snow in places, and it wasn't that bad. This could potentially be, as Bob pointed out earlier, much more dangerous because there is sleet mixed in the beginning. And it may be more of an ice event, maybe. So bear that in mind, is that to the extent that last time you could drive around and be a tourist and it was almost fun, this time, certainly fun for the kids, this time it could be slippery and much more hazardous than it was, say, 14 months ago. More on that coming up later. Former President Bill Clinton is recovering in a New York hospital tonight after undergoing a heart procedure.
Several days of chest pains led him to make an appointment with his cardiologist, who sent the former president to Columbia Hospital in Upper Manhattan. Today, surgeons placed 2 stents in one of his coronary arteries.
The procedure went very smoothly. President Clinton has since been up and walking around.
6 years ago, in 2004, President Clinton underwent a successful quadruple bypass. He's now said to be in good spirits. The former president's wife, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, arrived at the hospital tonight. Chelsea, their daughter, is also there.
New Orleans' lingering problems from Hurricane Katrina include one created by the very effort to speed the process of rebuilding. Fox 8 investigates the city's problems with building permits when we come back.
I just wanted everybody to be really clear that this transition has begun already.
And the city's next mayor rolls out his plans for the transition to the new administration.